Alrighty, let's test the back end here and see if we got any sound. Just making a big test. We have sound. Wow. Okay. Well, let's get this party started. Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another live stream. Today is May 27th, Monday. It is Memorial Day in the United States, and I give a major salute to all the men and women who fought and sacrificed to give the freedoms and rights to the good people of the United States and Canada. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hello, Susanna. How are you? Thank you so much for the likes. Everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps get the channel, helps keep the channel moving, growing. One thing I wanted to do today was there was an incident on the um, Indianapolis 500. Oh, come on. There was an incident on the Daytona or the Indianapolis 500. Yeah, I do that to limit if a troll comes in and starts, acting badly. I can catch it and then get them booted out. Hey, Kiki and Jasmine, how are you doing? And thank you again for last week. That was fantastic. That was really, really that was very nice of you. Hello, Armando. How are you doing? Yes, I hope you have a great week as well. Yeah, there was a funny thing. Well, it wasn't funny for the guy, but the way my mind works, the first thing I thought of was something comical. Was there was an incident on the where's it at? No. There was an incident on the I'll have to do it that way. On the Indianapolis 500 that uh, it wasn't funny for the guy that happened to. It took him out of the race, but immediately right away, as soon as it happened, all of a sudden my nut skull starts going off on what could be going on in the in-car radio. So I'm just going to play a little clip for you guys and show you this incident and see what you guys think about how this guy here he is in the right sport for what he's able to do. Like, this guy is an amazing driver. Anybody who can do this is an amazing driver.
Broken steering arm on the right or the left front. Great job to keep that car down and not steer back onto the racetrack into the path of oncoming cars, T-Bell. You can
see watch how close this came.
White wall is missing on the right front, which means I think he got another turn 2 wall with understeer.
and then the grass.
There's a mess on the road.
Yikes, wait till you see this replay. They tell how graphic it was. Check it out.
Now these guys are going 200 miles an hour.
Oh, what was the fade? Was that Dixon?
He's got all these guys behind him.
Dixon? Whoa.
And then a
Spins it around. He's got them guys behind him.
Spin through the grass in front of traffic at over 200
Yeah,
miles an
at
hour.
over 200 miles an hour.
Team Penske.
Oop.
The drop of the green.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties on my end.
Arm on the right or the left front. Great job to keep that car down and not spear back onto the racetrack into the path of oncoming cars, T-Bell.
You can see the Firestone white wall is missing on the right front, which means I think he got another turn two wall with understeer, and then the grass.
Look at the mess on the road.
Wait till you see this replay.
And this part right here.
They tell how graphic it was. Check it out. Oh, what was the fade? Was that Dixon? It was Scott Dixon.
The guys behind him, they're all going over 200 mile an hour.
Whoa.
And then a
360 degrees.
60-degree spin through the grass in front of traffic at over 200 miles an hour. That's a terrifying moment for a driver.
Team Penske.
Now, can you imagine being that driver? Can you imagine being that driver? Like, you know, like the communication, the radio communication between him and his spotter and all the guys on the other side of the fence, all saying, you know, like, all right, you know, what do you need for your car? Well, I need a front wing, I need 4 tires, I need a full tank of fuel, and a change of underwear after the race. You know, that's what went through my mind. That's what I'd be saying to the crew. Is, you know, like, man, that would have been hair raising. Yeah, that would have been really hair raising. Hey, John, how you doing? Yeah, that guy you got exposed. He's brutal. That whole team is brutal. Yeah, you got to stay on the good side of him. But yeah, it was when I saw that. Like when I saw that while the race was on, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that guy is definitely in the right occupation. Being able to keep a car not only on the ground, but just spin it around 200 mile an hour, 360 degrees, catch it, and then drive it to the pits. That's amazing. He didn't finish the race. He ended up in 26th out of the race. Like he retired the car. I think he pretty much had to, you know, go change his clothes. I know I would have. It would not, even with the open cockpit, that thing would not smell very good. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, wouldn't that pucker your butt cheeks up? Wow. That seat would not be comfortable after that. No way. But yeah, like I said before, a salute to all the men and women who guard each country's rights and freedoms. You know, like that's a job that it takes a brave individual. to, basically put their life on the line for somebody else's. And it's a major salute to them. And today is Memorial Day in the United States, where they honor the fallen soldiers. To me, I don't personally, I don't think that one day is enough to honor fallen soldiers for the rights and freedoms that they've given everybody in their countries, respectfully. And it doesn't matter if you're from Canada, United States, Germany, Japan, Philippines, Ireland, UK, France, wherever. The men and women that are guarding your rights and freedoms, give them a salute. Show them some respect. And don't take those rights and freedoms for granted. And don't try and take the rights and freedoms away from somebody else in your country. They're for everybody. As I said in the reaction on the Arlington video, I am a grandson of a World War II vet. So I have close ties with, a member of the fighting force. So, and I don't take my rights and freedoms lightly. I do what I can to honor the sacrifice. Fourth Impact also put out a video this morning, and there's another reaction. There's a double reaction today, plus a live stream. So, there's a lot going on my channel today. Yes, a big shout out and massive respect to those fallen soldiers, even the active soldiers. They're doing a great job. Well, last week was a bit of a tough week. Trying to wow. That's something. Yeah, you were right in the mix of it right there in England. Last week for me was a bit of a tough week. Trying to prepare for a surprise birthday party for my father who turned 75. And it was a success. He turned 75. He was a year older. And he was surprised. My mom, she's a bit of a worrywart when it comes to stuff like that, preparing for things like that. And she's always, okay, do we got this covered? We got that covered. We got this covered. We got that covered. Well, yeah, Mom, we got it all covered. All the bases are covered. You don't have to worry about it. We just gotta, I just gotta do the one last thing and then we're done. So, and, I got all my stuff taken care of. My stuff was basically, the day of. And I got all my stuff taken care of for the deal, and it went off without a hitch. We had a great time. The party lasted all day long. And Saturday was pretty much a wasted opportunity for me to have a day. Because I ended up, with a migraine most of the day, and I was up and down. It was just not a happy day on Saturday. And then Sunday was another full day of mainly racing. I was kind of hoping that Kyle Larson would have been able to run the Indy 500, get back to Charlotte in time to start the Coca-Cola 600, do all 1,100 miles, and see where he ended up. And that didn't happen. Mother Nature had other plans. The Indy 500 was postponed for a few hours, and the Coca-Cola 600 was shortened by 150 laps. And Christopher Bell ended up winning the race. Two of my granduncles fought in the Spanish Civil War. Ooh, wow. Both came home alive. One came back with another family. That's the reason I have cousins. Oh, nice. Yeah, that happens sometimes with during war. You end up with war brides or war families. That's how it's been going on for millennia. Um, like even back in the Stone Ages, one tribe would go to war with another tribe. They'd kill all the warriors, and all that's left is the women and children. Well, you end up with a new family, and that's how the bloodlines get all combined. And now it's just because we have airplanes. So that's why I can't see why people, consider themselves purists. When if you were to take a look at their DNA through DNA check, no, they're not. They're nowhere close to being pure either. I don't think there's like 10% of the population of like 9 billion people. I don't think there would be 10% of the population that would have 100% blood to go directly back to the beginning of time. I don't think that would be possible. I think there'd be some kind of a weaving in there somewhere. There's some little bit. So that's why I don't see any differences between people. I don't care if they're whatever ethnic background. It doesn't matter to me. They're people. They're people of the human race. That's the way I am. They're humans. And they all deserve respect. Right up until they do something that isn't very respectful to another individual, then those two individuals can have a conflict without involving everybody else in their ethnic backgrounds. That's just a conflict between two individuals. What else can we talk about today? Blah, blah. I saw it was an interesting yet weird movie recently. It was called Gray Matter. It was all about people with super psionic abilities like telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, basically abilities that involve mind control. And it was an interesting idea for a movie, but the streaming software that I have, the volume wasn't really loud enough to actually hear, all the whispering going on. So it was kind of hard to follow the movie itself, but it seemed like a pretty interesting idea. 18th century, yeah, like before I think the mid 18th century. I don't think they even knew what DNA was or how to check, two bloodlines or even check one bloodline to find out if it's copacetic with another person's blood type. I think blood type was basically, yep, that's red. Hook them up. And they didn't realize, one type of blood just doesn't accept the other type. I'm fortunate. I don't have to worry about who I give blood to. I can give blood to everybody, but I can only receive blood from my own blood type. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing? Yeah. So Yeah. Yeah, and every single one of the U.S. presidents was a member of the uh, what did they call that? The Masons, Freemasons. So apparently that's qualification. You got to be a descendant of King John of England, and you got to be a Freemason. Yeah, that was an interesting fact that I thought was really, wow, like Barack Obama. And the thing about it is if Barack Obama had blood ties back to King John, it just goes to show you bloodlines have been mixing for quite a while. So we are all one race, the human race. Um, what else is there going on? We had Retrofest on Saturday, and like I said, I couldn't make it. I was beat. I was in my bedroom most of the day, suffering from a migraine. There's no me going out in the sun. And like my brother said, he says he went to it with a friend of his, and he said it was very peoply there. There was a lot of noise. He goes, if you're having a migraine, that was not the place to be. Yeah, going back to King John, all you have to do is you go back one more generation, and then it's picked on every one of them is, qualified. So, when it comes right down to it, you know, I'll bet if you were to check every person's bloodline on the planet right now, you would find that they would draw back to. You could probably draw it back to maybe probably about 15 or 1,800 people. Because you got to remember, the population was really, really, really small 3,000 years ago. And it just kept exploding, 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 exploding. And now it's just going out of, it's just blowing up to the point where, people are having too many kids. And it's kind of funny. I was watching a YouTube video where this women's lib person was stating that they don't need men. They're just going to go to the sperm bank. Now, I don't know if this person actually gets the idea that if men don't donate to the sperm bank, they're not going to be able to make a withdrawal. And not to mention the quality and type of man who's going to these sperm donor banks. Really not, like, Chad and Tyrone and Donald Trump. They're not going there. It's always, it's always the guy who's basically just got up, realized that he doesn't have any more booze in his homeless shelter, going down to get some money to get some more booze. That's the type of person that's donating. So that's where you're getting your seed from. Or that's where you're getting your fertilizer from. So, are you really, reproducing with the cream of the crop? No. You're barely reproducing with the cream of the crop. Has origin Eastern Germany, near Hanover region. My father has one. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd like to get a coat of arms. I thought about getting a tattoo. And the tattoo that I wanted to get was a coat of arms of the coat of arms, like with little coat of arms inside, where I would have my grandfather and grandmother on my mom's side, my grandfather and my grandmother on my dad's side. And there's only one other person on the planet that could wear that exact tattoo, and that's my brother. Because those four coat of arms is what makes me. Oh, another funny thing. My brother, he's a hair farmer. Okay, he farms his hair out for people that burn victims, cancer victims, so they can make wigs. Okay, he grows his hair to it's about 1.5 feet long, and then he comes over here and I buzz him down, and then he sends it off to this place that makes wigs for kids. Well, I'm buzzing him down and trimming his hair down to the wood. And my brother, he actually, without the hair, he actually looks older than he does with the hair. Because all of a sudden his laugh line starts showing up, like really, really pronounced. Hey, George, how are you doing? Yeah, so like if you think I'm going to get rid of my goatee, oh hell no! I've already got the gray hair to show that I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You can see my laugh lines just right up here. That's it. That's all you're going to get. What else we got going on? Can't believe it's almost June, almost the 6th month. Like, oh, why is it that the older you get, the faster time goes? I'll never get that. I'll never understand that one. When I was a kid, man, it took forever to get the 5 years old so I could go to school, and then 10 years old so I can have double digits. And then, when you get to 16 years old, you're like, oh, now I get to have my driver's license. It took forever to get to those stages. And then, 21 or 19 to or 18 to vote, and then 19 to drink in Canada, and then 21 to drink in the States. And then once you hit 21, it's like, okay, the next thing I gotta deal with is 25, so my insurance goes down. After that, I got nothing to look forward to. But it seems like when you got something to look forward to, it takes forever to get here. But when there's nothing to look forward to, oh man, that time's gonna fly like a 747, But yeah, it's just that new video or that new song from Fourth Impact. Ooh, wow! The feeling behind that for me, was like just at the end of the relationship when it's all said and done, find out what makes you happy first, because unless you're happy, you can't help somebody else be happy if they're not happy already. If they haven't got something to go by or to go to be happy. You can't help somebody be happy if they don't even know what happiness is for them. But first, find out what makes you happy. Make yourself happy first. I got to talk to an old friend that I haven't seen in a while since her yeah, an old friend that I haven't seen since her husband passed away. It was great catching up with her a little bit. She was busy talking to a whole lot of other people. I didn't really get a chance to like really sit down and have a long conversation with her. But it was good to see her. It was good to see her laughing and doing something to have enjoyment. Yeah, Philippines. What can you say? The Filipino women, they are very beautiful. They are very beautiful. And I think a lot of it has to do with their personality, being humble and kind. And, you're not going to get the Karens of the world winning, Miss Universe. That ain't going to happen. You're not going to get the Walmart Karen, winning Miss America. That's not, that ain't going to happen. Like, can you imagine? Oh, let me see what your talent is. Oh, hell no. That would be funny, really. Miss PH was only crowned last week. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't really watch those contestant show, like that contestant show where they, let's see who's the most beautiful person on the planet. The most beautiful person on the planet is whoever's the most beautiful inside. Yeah, beautiful and approachable. Like, just, friendly, kind, humble. When you grow up with nothing and all of a sudden, you have all this to all this glitz and glamour. Yeah, they're gonna shine for that because they're not looking for the Walmart Karen to go out and teach young people how to be kind. And no, the Walmart Karen is not gonna. That's not a job for them. Yeah. So yeah, I've been trying to keep busy, doing whatever. I just recently had a bunch of videos get the copyright claims released, which is good news. Channel's growing, and thank you to everybody who's recently subscribed, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It really helps broaden the channel. And I don't know what else to talk about here. I'm pretty much lost for what's going on. But I want to thank everybody. How many women are in short supply in the West? Yeah, big time. Like, women who value the nurturing roles of the family unit. That's it's what's needed. Like, it's just like that song I did a reaction to for Mother's Day. Mama Come Quick. When you're looking for the strength and learning stuff, a lot of the times you're leaning on your dad for that. But when something hurts, the first words that come out of your mouth is "mommy," and that's just the way it is. The first person you think of when when you feel some sort of pain, whether it be pain of the heart or pain in like a scrape, scratch, or cut. First person you want to talk to is mommy. But other than that, when it comes to like repairing or learning how to do whatever it is you want to do, most of the time you're going to be leaning towards the strength of your father. At least that's how it was when I was growing up. You know. And the last person you want to talk to when you did something bad, Daddy. Yeah, like I hate to say it, but that's the way the nuclear family used to be 40 years ago. Long gone are them days here in the West. Yeah, when it came to cuts and gashes and stuff like that, when I was a kid, oh yeah, I get them all the time. I get them so often that Mom would put that iodine stuff on me or hydrogen peroxide, then I'd sit there and watch it bubble. It didn't bother me. You could have poured vinegar on there and it wouldn't have bothered me at all. I don't know. I just got hurt so much, like scrapes and scratches and cuts and bruises, and it, a little bit of bubbling, big deal. Like I got a scar right there. I don't know if you can see it. Shit. Scar right there from when I was working. I got myself with a box cutter. The table broke, and the blade went into my arm. I didn't even feel it. I just looked and went, "Oh, that's gonna leave a mark." I went to the first aid room. I bandaged it up myself, cleaned it all up, bandaged it up myself, and then basically told the supervisor, "Hey, I got to go to the hospital, get some stitches." They ended up sending me to their company doctor, which was basically this drunk guy who I think was about to lose his doctor's license because he was sitting there, he was all drunked up, and he was shaking while he was trying to sew me up. And I was like, "Are you nervous?" And he's like, "No, yeah, a little bit." And I was like, "You want to do me a favor?" He goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Calm the fuck down because you're making me nervous. It's not a good thing." Perfect set of teeth marks from a dog. Oh, if you could see this thing here, if you could see this thing clearly, it's in the shape of a scorpion. Because what happened was the doctor that put the stitches in, he put 5 stitches in a place that 14 stitches needed to be in order to close it properly. And about 2 days after I got the stitches in, they burst. It just burst open. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not holding anything together. And I just took the stitches out. Drunken bar or drunken brawl. Oh, cool. Have you published anything, Kiki and Jasmine? Or are you just going to see a bunch of writers? Yeah, Sunday is the 2nd. Cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. And if you need any assistance on on how to find a publisher or how to find a good quality publicist, let me know. I'll give you this website that I found. Just read through it and learn about what red flags to look for and what green flags to look for when searching out a good publisher. And there's also Amazon KDP, where you can self-publish your work after you get done doing a couple rounds of editing. I suggest getting Grammarly and just run it through Grammarly a couple times, and then read it real close, and then you'll be fine. But I wish you the best of luck, my friend. That's what I did with mine. I ran it through Grammarly. Wrote Quiet Man. No, I've never heard of the Quiet Man. Maybe he was too quiet. Yeah, email me if you want those websites. You want that website? I'll be more than happy to send them to you. And then basically learn what to look for. Like with my books, I've got 4 proposals for my first book, with 4 different publishing houses. With the way that publishing works nowadays, you have to put up some sort of financial security to as a shared publishing cost. So this way here, you're investing something in your own future. And make sure you're dealing with a reputable company. Like I've got 4 different proposals from 4 different reputable companies that I've sent queries out to, and I just have to come up with the cash to send it on. And after that, it's just a matter of letting them do what they do, bringing it up to industry standard. And oh, cool. Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm gonna shut down. It's been 42 minutes, 43 minutes. I don't know what else I could add to the conversation. So I'm going to wish everybody peace, love, and happiness, and a special salute to all the soldiers who are keeping our rights and freedoms free, and for all the soldiers that have given their lives in pursuit of that. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that, Kiki and Jasmine. So until then, I wish everybody peace, love, and happiness.